Happy holidays, everyone! Welcome to our coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. Here with the greats, Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill. I'm Brian Anderson, and Allie LaForce, our reporter. And a chance to look at the block shot numbers over the last few seasons for Brook Lopez.
Well, when you're a seasoned vet, it becomes much harder to get off the floor and challenge shots over time. I think that's what he's going through and why his block averages have dropped.
So the Houston starting five. Inside, Smith and Şengün. Thompson is the off guard with KD at small forward, and it's Van Vliet in at the point guard position. And for the Clippers, Dunn and Kawhi, they're the wings. It's Collins at power forward with Lopez at center, and it's Harden in at the point. A lot of the talk coming in focused on the backcourts, Richard. Both teams have outstanding guard play.
And that means we should see some creative offense. I love skill play at any position, but it's often the guards that will leave you speechless.
Now here's Van Vliet. Thompson outside. Shot clock at 5. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Thompson's vertical is impressive. I love seeing this young guard rise up and throw it down.
Leonard looking around. Dunn outside. The three-pointer off the mark. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Tyronn Lue gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. I wanted to know what he had in store for Kevin Durant. He said, "We have some plans," Coach said with a smile, "but mostly it's about effort. We have to outwork him at all times. If we give him an inch, he's going to take a mile." So Coach is asking for his guys to go all out and try to slow KD down tonight. Guys?
As always, Allie, we thank you. Now here's Van Vliet. His offense has been solid, scoring around 11.5 points a game. Thompson outside. 4-3. It's hauled in by the Clippers. They're getting their first look of the season at the Rockets in this one.
Yeah, we saw how combative yet enjoyable last season's series was. Two very excellent teams going at it.
It's always a marquee matchup on the schedule. I think it's going to be another fun set of games between them this year.
Yeah, Kawhi, a master of the mid-range. For most, it's not efficient, but for him, it's cash money.
Van Vliet against Harden, and Chris Dunn gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First team.
On defense, the Clippers. It's a three-point game. Here's Smith.
You see the commitment from Collins there. Excellent work making an impact on defense.
Dunn. Offline with a three. Smith with it. Harden picks him up. And the call will be against James Harden. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Well, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. The three from Thompson. Houston with another miss. The Clippers have gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. Out to Leonard. Here's the three. Knocks down the long J. Leonard's got 5.
And he's a selective three-point shooter. Kawhi only takes them if he feels he has a good look.
Here's Van Vliet. Houston with another miss. The Clippers have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. And the Rockets have had success adding veteran leadership to their young roster, RJ.
And that's a great lesson in roster building. It's always beneficial to have adults in the room, experienced guys who can set positive examples for younger players.
And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Houston making some changes. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Şengün. Finney Smith comes in for Smith. And Tari Eason subbed in for Van Vliet. Here's Leonard. And the dunk by Leonard.
They're taking the opportunity to get airborne. Kawhi doesn't hold back when he sees an opening.
And the call will be against James Harden. That's foul number 2 for him. Holiday's checked in for the Rockets.
Now checking in for Houston, number 0.
A minute 35 left in the first quarter. Capella finds Holiday. Now here's Thompson. Outside Eason. He takes it in. It's Eason with the jam.
Did you see that? That was one of the best moves I've ever seen.
Picture-perfect execution. He was focused and refused to be denied. Lopez, the screen on Capella. Leonard on the take. Oh, big finish!
Wow.
Okay, I see you.
Yeah, the level of creativity Leonard has is just special. He's capable of some really memorable throwdowns.
Holiday passes to Thompson. Here's Capella. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Holiday with the ball. Picked up by Collins. Shoots from the line. Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Dunn's shot is good.
I just love the ball movement.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Thompson, no good.
Uncharacteristic, but that's a bucket he'll convert 90% of the time.
Holiday against Harden. A deep three. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's Los Angeles up 7. And we'll bring you the start of quarter number 2 when we return. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. What do you guys think about Los Angeles here in this one?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. They've got Tari Eason, Clint Capella out there with Alperon Şengün. Then it's Josh Okogie, and it's Holiday in at the point. Here's Okogie. Holiday with the ball. Dunn in his pocket. Holiday with the ball. Misses off the left iron. And so it's Harden with it. He brings it up for the Clippers. 7-point game. Biggest lead so far. And the shot goes down. Harden's gotten his first points in this one.
Fighting for those points. The beard playing tough.
Pass to Capella. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And it's a completely new group for the Clippers. And a change for the Rockets. Tate's checked in for Holiday. Now here's Eason. And in that game with Sacramento, he did not play well. Capella, screen on Batum. Here's Şengün. Got it. Good job in the low post.
It looks smooth out of Şengün's hand. That's a good sign for the big man.
Zubac with a screen on Tate. Bogdanovic passes to Zubac. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Houston making some changes. Durant, he's checked in for Okogie, and it's Thompson in for Tate. And stolen by Jones. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thanks a lot, guys. Amen Thompson, one of the most spectacular athletes in basketball. Coach Ime Udoka said he's so fast and explosive that he has the versatility to attack any matchup. Put a big body on him, he still has his advantages. We can put him anywhere in actions, and he can get downhill. PA?
What an athlete. Okay, Allie, thanks for the report. With a good chunk of the season in the books, Richard, are you keeping an eye on the trade deadline coming up?
Yeah, it's not too far away to start throwing some of those ideas into the good old trade machine, but I like to be respectful to the players and not speculate too much. There's a lot more involved than just moving players.
And the dunk by Jones.
And sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here, hanging up there like that. Pass to Şengün. Now Eason, defended by Jones. Şengün passes to Capella. Houston working the ball around. Zubac with the steal. Got a piece of it. Ooh, it's stolen by Eason. Here's Thompson. Basket's good. Thompson's got his second basket of the night.
You know, inside is where Thompson excels, and the concentration allowing him to finish there.
Pass to Sanders. Outside Jones. The Clippers got to hurry. Late clock here. Batum's shot is off.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
And another basket for Houston.
It just looks too easy. Durant with the skill and height to get anything he wants from the mid-range.
Bogdanovich against Thompson. Back to Bogdanovich. And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. Outside Durant. Pass to Thompson. Now Capella. Left side Durant. Over Zubac. Outside Eason. And here's Şengün. Thompson outside. He puts up a three. Hitting his third shot in 7 looks.
It was a rough start for them scoring the ball, but they look like now they're really finding their rhythm and flow.
And so Ty Lue calls a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. So for the Rockets, Adams checked in for Clint Capella. Smith comes in for Alperen Şengün. And Van Vliet is subbed in for Eason. And so Ty Lue calls a timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Here's Leonard. Cash money on the open jump shot. Leonard's got 14 points.
And shooting-wise, he's been fantastic, helping to build this lead.
Pass to Adams. Leonard against Durant. KD gets a step. And down it goes. 2 points.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
That'll do it for the first half. It's Los Angeles. They're up by 6. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
I'm joined by Clippers head coach Ty Lue. And coach, when Kawhi Leonard comes out like he has tonight, what's the overall impact?
It impacts our team. I think, everything opens up. Guys are less on edge. And when he starts like this, it gives us a great momentum going into the game. So we like what he's doing right now. Now we got to build on it.
When you have a player like that, you follow his lead. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the...
Hi, everybody. Kawhi Leonard displaying excellence yet again. The board man has been on fire.
The Claw is making it happen, playing at his own pace, getting to his spots. You won't find many guys with big hands who can shoot as well as him.
Well, maybe he can give you a few pointers. It is never too late, big fella.
I'm not a shooter, Ernie. I'm a prolific MF scorer. MF stands for most frequent.
All right, now we've got some time to take a look at the players of the week. The Eastern Conference winner, Pascal Siakam.
His advantage is the versatility. Against guards, he shoots over them or backs them down. And against bigs, he just shakes, bakes, right around them off the bounce.
Lethal combination of length and skill. Tough matchup. Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. It's been one outstanding game from Kawhi Leonard.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
The Clippers lead by 6. Kawhi and Collins are the forwards. Harden and Dunn, they man the backcourt. And it's Lopez in at the center, filling out the middle. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And the call will be against James Harden. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
First team foul.
Durant, the pass to Smith. Durant looking around. Just 5 to shoot.
On D, Leonard is almost inescapable. He completely smothers shooters with his reach.
How prolific a scorer is KD? He and LeBron are the only players ever to score 40 against every team.
That is both incredible and not surprising when you think about it. The ease in which KD puts up huge scoring numbers is nothing like anything we've seen.
Here's Van Vliet following the score by the Clippers. Late clock, Houston's got to hurry. Şengün, the putback. Great positioning on the putback.
You know, we talk about the value of size out of the backcourt, and that sequence by Thompson is a great example.
Leonard passes to Collins. Tries the spin move. Kawhi, too strong inside.
His arrow's been trending up as of late, and he's been magnificent tonight.
Thompson outside. Three-pointer, no good.
And they have been cold coming out of the break. Only getting one of their first 4 shots to drop this half. Got to pick it up.
And you might think the toughest picks are set by the bruisers, but some say the shooters actually set the best screens. Why is that?
Well, the guy guarding a shooter doesn't want to leave their side. So when they screen you, you get no help.
Rockets trail by 9. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Making it look effortless. Durant is sensational at pulling up on a dime.
Collins a screen. Here's Leonard. Throw it down, Kawhi!
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, Brian. The Rockets have brought in the right veterans. Coach Ime Udoka said, quote, their approach rubbed off on our entire team. We can only teach so much, but you have to have guys that have carved out their niche in the league with that edge and that defensive mentality. It was invaluable for our team. Back to you, Brian.
They've got that grit. Thank you, Allie. And Kawhi Leonard gets a whistle that time. That'll be a 2nd foul of the game.
And that puts them just 1 foul from the bonus.
Clippers on D. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And it's a completely new group for the Clippers. Van Vliet against Bogdanović. Here's Şengün. He can't get that one to fall. Great D that time from Zubac. And it's Batum penetrating. Smith with the rebound.
2 minutes remaining in the
Rockets trail by 10. There's a minute 54 left in the 3rd quarter here. Van Vliet finds Durant. 3-pointer. It's rebounded by Zubac.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Now Bogdanović. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Zubac with a screen on Van Vliet. 6 to shoot. Bogdanović passes to Zubac. Misses from short range. And here's Van Vliet. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Trailing by 10. Next game, they'll get to take on the Lakers in Los Angeles. And that'll mark the end of this 5-game road trip.
A dynamic finish then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Now here's Durant. 7 points in the game. The rebound by Bogdanovic.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Like, he's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball.
Here's Durant. Consistent production from him, averaging around 27.5 points a game. Drives to the hoop, and Durant with the big finish.
This is how terrifying Durant can be on the drive, using those long strides and then taking flight.
Here's Bogdanovic. Yep, that one goes. Bogdanovic has got his second bucket of the night.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers, ending the quarter up 10. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. We'll be back in a moment. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And just a selfless decision from your two-guard, showing his ability to get his teammates good looks.
We talk a lot about playing for one another. Right there with the pass, he's demonstrated what it means to do exactly this.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. So the Houston 5 right now. Josh Okogie is out there with Aaron Holiday. Then there's Alperon Şengün. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's Eason in at the 3. Bogdanovic into the lane. Out of bounds. It'll be Rockets ball. The league is already buzzing about this year's three-point contest. So let's have a look at the players likely to make an appearance.
The three-point contest only becomes more competitive every year as long-range shooting continues to be a coveted talent in the league. But these guys are in a league all their own.
And you look at Harden, he's right on the cusp of securing his spot in the three-point contest. So I hope those votes keep pouring in because he's a guy you'd love to see in the mix.
Yeah, if he can make it in the door, you know he will do everything he can to win the whole thing, and it'll be a lot of fun to watch.
And this year's contest is really shaping up to be one to remember. Plenty of dead-eye shooters on that list so far.
And lots of guys have a three-point shot now. But this list is really the cream of the crop when it comes to putting up long-range bombs.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Guys, over the last break, I listened to Tyronn Lue address the team. He said, this is who we are. This is the pace. Don't let up. He said it doesn't matter if they go on a run. What matters is how we respond. They plan to respond with a fury, guys.
And Allie, thank you for that. Some changes for Los Angeles. On defense, Houston. Lopez, the screen on Holiday. Pass to Lopez. Dunn outside. That three's off the mark.
I've been in this position. Your team is up. You want to drive in the dagger. He may be a little overeager.
Eason, pass to Holiday. Capella finds Eason. Rejected by Lopez.
Just an effective shot blocker. Lopez using all of that 7 feet, and he does a great job of picking his spots. Great teamwork on that drive. Punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution, running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
And Houston making a change here. Durant's checked in. Outside Eason, the 3 is up. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Dunn's got his 5th rebound in this one. Harden against Eason. Outside Harden. 5 to shoot. Out to Leonard. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Here's Okogie. And here's Durant. Here's Capella. Leonard there for the rebound. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. That one on Capella.
And you know, guys, I mean, he is a solid free throw shooter. And, of course, Leonard has everything in his game.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Smith, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Amen Thompson comes in for Eason. And Fred VanVleet is subbed in for Okogie. Now here's VanVleet. Durant inside. Leonard defending. And Kawhi Leonard gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul so far.
First team.
Thompson outside.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
5 on the clock. From 13 feet. Yes, sir! Sticks the J.
You see there, Thompson does a good job of sneaking into the lane and finishing.
Now Harden. Jacks up a three. Rebounded by Smith. Rockets trail by 11. On the wing, Durant. Defended by Harden. Buries it from outside.
Yeah, looking so comfortable out there on the perimeter. Smith has really invested in getting this shot dialed in.
Now Leonard for three. Leonard beyond the line.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Now Şengün. Now Thompson. Oh, ho, ho! That's a man on a mission right there.
It's like he's doing pull-ups on the rim.
Looked like a schoolyard playground right there.
Nothing left to do but to watch the clock tick towards 0. Nice victory here for the Clippers.
I was really impressed with their attitude today, Grant. Competitive game, they battled through every step of the way.
And BA, can you say big-time effort and energy? I mean, just a tremendous performance. They were well-deserving of this win.
And they earned win number 9. Each win so important in this league.
Always good to start a season series off with a W. They showed tonight they take this team seriously, and the next 2 matchups between these two should be fun.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Kawhi Leonard.
So impressed with his performance today. He was confident, he was composed, and the defense just didn't know how to adjust.
Impressive dime from KD. You look at his assist numbers over his career, and they are elite for his position.
And here's Harden. He'll bring it up for the LA Clippers. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Now Leonard. Stolen by Thompson. So it's the Clippers picking up the win. I'm sure they would have preferred a blowout victory, but a win's a win.
And so true, but you have to credit the crowd for giving them such a big boost toward the end. It really kept this team's energy high.
All right, to Allie LaForce with our player of the game.
Kawhi, a tremendous performance for you. How satisfying is it to control the game the way you did tonight?
You know, it's very satisfying. And, you know, I just feel great that my guys have confidence in me out there, and they want me to keep being aggressive on the floor.
Well, you don't give them a lot of reasons not to have confidence in you, and so they will continue to, I'm sure. Thanks, Kawhi.
All right, Allie, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for being with us. And let's reveal our player of the game. Kawhi Leonard.